Yo, what's good, guys? It's Ken Wong. Today's video I'm really excited to do because it's about a discussion of the Nintendo Switch Direct with my brother, and this is what we learned from it. It's coming out March 3rd, and it's going to be $299. They're releasing an online service with it that will be free for the first couple of months until September. Then they're going to be releasing the console's going to come with a left and right Joy-Con, like the small little controllers you saw in the commercial that most people were playing with, a dock, the screen. The dock is the actual console, and then the Pro controller, like a classic looking controller, will be released separately. And there's some actually pretty cool stuff that involves Unity. You want to talk about that real quick?
Yeah, so they basically, what it seems like what they've talked about in the Direct was that they're probably going to be partnering up with Unity to allow for people to create games. So if you guys have thought of or even know of people who create indie games, now they have a venue. So now if they can work somehow with the Wii U or Nintendo Switch, now we have the possibility to create our own games and then have tons of people try it and play it, which is a really cool thing. Now, that might just be speculation. I'm not sure. I know that they said they're working with Unity, so that's where I'm thinking that's where they're going to go off to next.
And the most popular games, in my opinion, that they released for the Switch was their new games, ARMS, their new game, Switch. ARMS is like a boxing game that's pretty cool. It kind of reminds me of like a Sonic type game. I think it kind of reminds me of a Sonic type boxing game. Very colorful, looks very nice. I would definitely encourage you guys to check that out. Then Switch, it's more of a versus games, more like a party game. Basically, you could duel like a cowboy duel, and then there's other game modes, obviously. Then Splatoon 2, new game Mario Odyssey, where it basically goes to the real world. We don't know much about the story yet, but it looks pretty cool. It reminds me of Mario Galaxy. Then they're getting Skyrim, they're getting FIFA, and then Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. I forget. I think that's what it's called. It's something like that. It's going to be coming with the Nintendo Switch, so March 3rd, 2017. So let's dive straight into our problems. And first, we're going to roast the hell out of these short Japanese 40-year-old men that were just doing the stupidest things on the stage. What the hell was that Splatoon dude doing? Oh my god, this was so embarrassing, bro. Like, what my brother was saying, they were like 40-year-olds. Like, I get if they're excited, they're like, yeah, I'm really pumped about this, but they were doing like stupid, like Power Ranger, Japanese Power Rangers type
Sentai shit.
Yeah.
Some real Sentai shit.
Like,
it was embarrassing to watch. Yo, I know everybody heard that announcer guy, the interpreter. He was trying to keep up. He's like, what the fuck was that guy doing?
Oh my.
What the fuck was that guy doing?
That was so funny. And then me and my brother were talking about it. You notice how, like, the first presenter, he was like, no homo, average looking dude. Then as each presenter went on, they just became uglier and uglier. We were like, what the like, that one dude who was in the black short sleeve shirt, like, with his bald head, he just looked like so awkward. Like, oh my god, son. But enough of that. We're gonna go into the controllers now. And the controllers, I'm pretty sure a lot of people want the same thing that we want. We just want a regular controller. We don't want any motion sensing controller that much anymore, because we saw what happened with the Wii. People didn't really like it. We just want a regular controller like the Xbox One and the PS4. And the thing is that's really frustrating was I watched a video, like literally I took a nap, woke up, watched a video that was saying that it was the imagination process that the guy who creates Mario, what the steps he goes to create a game. And he said that he doesn't follow the trends. He doesn't follow trends. And I think that's really stupid because that's how you fall behind. Not following a trend is literally how you fall behind, and that's what happened in Nintendo. And especially with these controllers, they obviously aren't following the trend with the controllers because we're still getting motion sensing ones because it's annoying. Gaming is a casual activity. I want to come home from like a long day of school and just game. I just want to sit on my couch and just play like a quick casual game of something. I don't want to be standing up and just like punching, cuz like that's what Arms is. For example, Arms is like a game where it's like boxing, so you're going to be swinging your arms. It's just like that's really cool, but I just want to be just relaxing. I came home from school. I don't want to be fucking exercising and shit. I'm already going to the gym later today, so I don't want to be fucking doing that. But that's one complaint. But my brother, this next one, he had a really good point. You want to take that one? Yep.
Yeah. So basically, they did a little spec on displaying features. So they basically are like, all right, we're not really creating anything crazy new. We're just creating apps and different ways to plug in. So you can plug in. You have the small ass retarded screen that's like a DS size that you can plug into your TV. That you can plug into your freaking, I don't know, whatever else. And basically, there's an app that plugs into your Nintendo Switch. And so far, what I'm reading, it's all things bad for kids. So you basically can put parental restrictions. You could turn off games with this parental app. Why the fuck would you put this in the hands of the enemy? As kids, your parents are bad for you. They just, they're gonna take away the games. So why would you create an app?
Too much fucking games.
Why would you put an app in their hands? It's so fucking backwards. So that was one of the things that I had a real big problem with. They were talking a lot about the displaying feature, just being able to plug
everything in. Just like you could just display it from another thing. Like that's like the coolest thing. That's not really cool. Like it just basically like an HDMI thing connecting your laptop to a TV. That's basically what it is. Yeah. You're just connecting the tablet to the TV that we've been seeing. It's not
like if I could legit grab the screen as if I'm grabbing data and throw it on the TV without actually plugging it into HDMI. I mean, that's fucking far-fetched. But nonetheless, that would be awesome. Yeah. What we're doing here is not monumentally new, and I think it's really a waste of capabilities.
All right, one of the biggest problems with this Direct was the games they released. The games were just... Arms, don't get me wrong, look cool, but it just... I can't see... We're going to have to see more gameplay of it. Like, even though this is kind of a hard topic because we don't have a lot of gameplay of it, so we're just basing it off of the gameplay we saw. Arms, they already confirmed it doesn't have a campaign, and most of these Nintendo games, they don't have replayability. Switch definitely doesn't have replayability because it's just a versus game, so you'll always need someone, and I don't think they've confirmed multiplayer for Switch, so I think you're always going to need someone at your house playing that game with you. Arms, it just doesn't seem that cool. Splatoon 2, I don't know. That's not our game. Mario Odyssey, it looks cool, but it's Mario games aren't what they used to be anymore. So we'll have to wait and see. Then Legend of Zelda, like I said before, it just looks empty to me. It looks very empty and just lonely, to be honest. Like. The story, they tried making it like seem really like epic and serious, but the enemies just weren't that cool looking. You got anything else to add?
About the games? Not really. To be honest, they're lacking. Like me and you have always discussed, if you're going to bring in a new console, always bring it with Super Smash. Super Smash is a timeless game. You have got always a new flux of new characters, so the game's whole ecosystem changes every single time. You cannot lose when it comes to Super Smash Bros. But this Switch will lose because of the fact that they are not bringing that in from the get. So, yeah, that's all I have to say on the games.
And we know this can't be changed now. It's way too late to be changed now. But we just think the whole concept of it going portable has, like, at least to me, in my opinion, like a cause and effect kind of problem. The cause is it being portable, and then the effect is like it just a lot of stuff just trickles off of it being portable. One example is Wi-Fi. When you're driving, for an example, when you're on your phone, when you're driving, You go to LTE, and then all of a sudden you switch to 3G. That's because you can't get onto the Wi-Fi. First of all, when you're using LTE, you're using data. Most people, when they're on the road, are going to be using their data. They're not going to be connected to the Wi-Fi. So I don't know how this whole portable console playing on the go is going to work, especially if you're playing a multiplayer game. So I don't know. Do you want to add anything on that?
In terms of portability, it's going to be really. I think the system is deceptively cheap. It's $299. All right, so that's great. All right, I can afford that for Christmas, for my birthday, whatever. But then we come into thinking it's portable. So how the hell are we going to dock it in a car? How are we going to dock it when we're out in a park? How are we going to dock it wherever we are except when we're at home? Has anybody started thinking about that? Because they're going to actually start charging you for the other things, the other accessories that are so unnecessary. Because why the hell are you leaving your house with your game? Leave it at home where it's safe.
That's the problem with the whole portable. It's just, like I said, people, when they go out, have an agenda. They don't go out just to go like, oh man, I can't wait to go out just so I could play on the go. People don't say that. They go to the store. They go to parties, they go to socialize, go to dinner, go eat, do whatever they have to do. When they go out, there's an agenda. It's not something that they just go out just to play their console for.
Yeah.
It's just impractical. You can't, it's just not going to work. But enough of that. We're going to go into the solutions because I want to end on an optimistic note, not a pessimistic note. So let's get into the solutions. The first thing that can really improve this console that they still have time to fix is the video games that are coming out with this console. So what I would do definitely in the next year at least, first of all, I know we say Super Smash a lot, but that is what Nintendo is made for now. The Wii U is just a Smash console. That's all it is. So I would definitely try releasing a new Smash game next year for the console to sell, because I really, at least in the States, I really don't think it's going to sell that much. I don't know about other countries, but I know for the States, it's not going to sell that much. And the games, they really got to work on them. I want to see Mario Odyssey do really good, have a really good campaign with that. ARMS have a lot of replayability and customization. What do you think?
Yeah, so definitely I would say that with the Unity route, they need to really take advantage of that. They need to really fucking take advantage of the fact that we can get a new flux of games in there, but do not ride us up the ass with the fact that, you're giving us games. You need to give it to us at a decent price and not an expensive price. These are indie games. So at the end of the day, you need to realize that the price that we get them should be halved or whatever, because they're coming from separate companies. So also, with that said, we always said that the games need to be there. They need to be complex, and the campaign needs to be there. If they are even thinking if they're going to fuck us in the ass with the amount of space that the Nintendo Switch has, and they're not going to tell us until the very end, they got us all fucked up, because that's not going to happen. If that goddamn console cannot hold more than a friggin' 32 gigabyte hard drive, then we seriously have an issue there. So they need to fix that before the release, because we've seen what happens when you have a small amount of space. Xbox One, it's not a good idea. So that is definitely something they can fix. In the meantime, this portability shit, it's gonna be there. It's not going away.
And we forgot to say it. They have no, actually I did. My bad. The online service, I want it to at least compete with Xbox Live and PS4. It has to compete with those two. It has to be on the same level at least. Like, come on. You guys have to get this part at least right. Release some good classic games, because you said they're releasing NES games and all that other stuff. So I really hope you guys do good on this. I'm trying to think of other stuff they can improve upon besides this. What's another thing? That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it.
Come with better games.
But those are big things that can actually change how this console sells. If you make promising games with it, it will actually sell, in my opinion.
The one pro though that we didn't acknowledge, the Joy-Con, because of the feel, it's able to capture more senses.
That's
which
actually
is really
cool.
freaking cool.
I hope they take advantage of that in games and make it like a really cool, interesting thing. Because the example, like the demo, was the dude. It's like the console. He used an example of filling up ice in a glass and water, and you will feel that with the controller. So I really hope they take advantage of that. So I really hope that's good.